Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillah rabbil alamin, wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrafil anbiya wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Alhamdulillah, with the grace of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we can continue our da'wah to give you free life coach training program to help transform the ummah in terms of coaching, mentoring and counseling, so that we can help to shape the community in the mosque, NGO, university, so that we can help our younger generation that are lost in this dunya and having all kind of psychological challenges, to guide them towards the path of this deen that is very important. So we have given you some idea of our counseling methodology in terms of the module for Pi-CBT. That means our module now is, we have this module for motivation, coaching, mentoring. Now we are talking about counseling. Alright, and when you complete this counseling, inshallah, you can then access all the more than 600 videos. Just access 330 videos, do a PowerPoint presentation and do a live session in terms of mentoring or coaching or even motivation, and you get your certified PIP life coach. Our dream and our hope is to train 12,000 PIP life coaches all over the world over the next 10 years, inshallah. And then these are the people who are going to then impact the change in the in terms of coaching and mentoring and helping the ummah at the mosque, NGO, youth group and so on. Alright, so I've given you some ideas about the whole idea of the nature of the self and how we operate in the world from the perspective of Islamic metaphysics and Islamic tenets. Alright, and then I've given you our PIP model based on our book. Alright, and then the internal and external sources of influences, and then the intuitive heart. And then I explain to you from meta mind to intuitive heart how it operates from the perspective of psycho-spiritual as well as scientific basis, in line with the tenets of Islam. Alright, so now I've given you the whole overview, very deep understanding of counseling approach of Pi-CBT, Positive Islamic Cognitive Behavior Therapy. I have 120 videos that I have recorded previously based on the book. Alright, Positive Islamic Psychology, a transcendent model to achieve peace, happiness and success. Inshallah, we'll upload this book as an ebook. You can access this ebook. We have this ebook in Bahasa Indonesia, so we're going to have this ebook in English. So now I'm going to review all the videos that I have given to you. Each of the video is between 10 to 15 minutes, so you don't need to have I don't need to record again 120 videos just to recap back again. But by scanning all the 120 videos titles, I can give you an idea of where and how you can access the detailed knowledge of Pi-CBT, because the 120 videos is on Positive Islamic Cognitive Behavior Therapy, relevant for your knowledge in terms of Islamic counseling, and also relevant in terms of Islamic motivation, Islamic mentoring, Islamic counseling, coaching and mentoring. So all this whole scheme of the detail is there, but most relevantly it is relevant for counseling. So what are the counseling module that we have? For example, in video I put number 1, 2, 3 here, but you don't follow this number. You go to our Islamic Psychology PIP YouTube video number 33. Video number 33 will tell you about feelings, emotion and thought cycle, FET cycle. So I've given you an idea of how the intuitive heart interact and how the FET cycle operates. In this video, for 10-15 minutes, you have a far detailed explanation of the FET thought cycle. Then video number 34 is video number 34, CBT mode, thoughts, emotion and feelings. So this is on the CBT mode. How within the CBT context you have thoughts, emotion and feelings at the physical level. That means the neural network will explain to you just within the physical body only. The brain is everything. Alright, this is their principle. That means the CBT principle is secular atheistic materialism, which they have the thought, emotion, feeling cycle within the neural circuit. Then video number 35 is the nature of the intuitive heart, which is reflecting back to the previous video that I talked to you about the intuitive heart. We give you more detail in terms of the intuitive heart. Video number 36 is from meta mind to intuitive heart. This is where I give you the overview, and we are giving you more details there. Video number 37 is the basis of traditional Islamic metaphysics. So as you understand Positive Islamic Cognitive Behavior Therapy and as well as positive Islamic psychology, It is a combination of traditional Islamic theology based on the research of our great scholars like Ibn al-Qayyim, Ibn Sina, Al-Ghazali, Ibn Miskiwa, Ibn al-Balch, and so on. So many of these great scholars over the span of more than 1,000 years, 800 to 1,000 years ago, they have developed a very powerful understanding from the intuitive aspect of the human psyche, which is never replicated in the world. There is no other tradition that has carried this understanding to such great depth and such accuracy within the understanding of the nature of the human self. The whole integration, as I say, in terms of our spirituality, our ruh, our qalb, our akal, and our jasad, and how these are integrative in terms of giving therapeutic values. Even, for example, in the ancient times in Baghdad, we have mental institutions. Yes, they have problems with psychology and psychiatric problem, but we have even hospitals that give you the whole therapy, from Quranic therapy right up to music therapy and counseling and mentoring and so on, which all done. So when we use this new term, motivation, coaching, mentoring, counseling, it is as if it's new term. But 1,000 years ago, 800 to 1,000 years ago, the Muslims has developed the system of treating, healing all the problems of psychology and psychiatry. So it is such a beauty, and it's lost because when we were declining as a civilization, we lost this whole idea. So we go back to the basis of traditional Islamic metaphysics. Alright, then video number 38 is principle number 1, understanding the creator and the created universe. This is where we begin our post-Islamic psychology book. This is in our chapter, one whole chapter on principle number 1, because we use 4 principles in terms of this basis of our post-Islamic psychology. Principle number 1 is for us to know, understanding the creator, who is Allah and what is the universe. So as we live in this universe, we live in this earth specifically, what is our role, what is our purpose, and how this is being manifested by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's not by chance, it's not it just happened, or it's not a steady state universe, but it is a created universe. It comes from a point, something like 13.8 billion years ago, where Allah ordained His command, kun fayakun, and be, it became, and then it is manifested through a process. Naturally, from the perspective of time, it takes billions of years. For example, the Earth has been around for 4.5 billion years. Alright, this Earth, planet Earth. But there is a collusion of between intergalactic collusion and breaking up. And then you have neutron stars, you have all kind of other things, and then finally you develop planets, planetary system with moons and so on. And then we are in the Goldilocks zone where we can have life on Earth, maybe the only one in the whole universe. All right, so understanding the creator and the created universe. Video number 39 is principle number 2, holistic transcendent nature of the human self. This is where we discuss what is the ruh, what is the qalb, what is the akal, what is the jasad. Definition based on Islamic tenets. This is not something that it is created new. It is based on the tenets and the metaphysics of Islam. Video number 40, Pi-CBT. This is where we begin on Pi-CBT. We say about on being the vicegerent of Allah on this earth. This is where, as we understand, our covenant with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is that He created us as His Khalifa, His vicegerent, His steward on this earth. So we are all steward. We are given a responsibility to be the Caliph of Allah, to be the vicegerent and steward for ourselves, our family, the Ummah, all humanity, all creatures on this earth, so that we maintain this earth in balance. So Allah tells us over and over in the Quran, do not create destruction on this earth, do not create mischief on this earth, do not destroy this earth, do not say that you are good while you are actually corrupting this earth, do not do genetic experiment that you are transforming. Alright? For example, in the Quran, they're talking about cows, you genetically modify them and then making the weird creatures and so on. So this is all happening. This is predicted by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that we are trying to play God in a sense without understanding the long-term impact. So as a Khalifa of Allah, as this sword on this earth, we must bring back the balance, the ecological balance, but most important, the human balance in terms of our ruh, qalb and akal, so that we live a joyful, fruitful, happy life. No doubt there will be suffering, there will be pain, there will be some disaster, there will be accidents, and definitely there will be death. But those are part and parcel of a life well lived. Happiness is a life well lived with all the trials and tribulation, but the outcome is always positive because you have Allah who is your protector, your guide, your helper, who shower His forgiveness, His grace, His mercy, and most important, His love. And when you have this bonding, then all things else is not important. So you have this understanding of being how to manifest yourself as a vicegerent of God on this earth, as the Khalifa, as the steward. Then video number 41 is holistic principles of human behavior and laws of man. This is where we go very, very deep in terms of behavior therapy and how it is related to Islamic understanding of behavioralism. How we can connect from the secular behavioral psychology to an Islamic understanding of cognitive behavioral therapy and positive Islamic cognitive behavior therapy. And we discuss this whole issue of how we're going to understand. It's a very voluminous, principle number 4 is very voluminous in our book, and you really understand psychology, the depth of psychology that you may not get from other books, okay? And then video number 42 is where we talk about our positive Islamic psychology model, which I have explained to you. It's already on our front page and a few of the videos that I explained to you earlier on. So from then we developed this framework for Islamic psychology that we are propounding to the world. Remember, as I'm telling you, as we go through this is not the only definitive model. We are trying our level best within the knowledge that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has imbued upon Professor Mahdi Jenkins, myself, and my team of researchers. This is our conclusion. It may not be that accurate. So if you, brothers and sisters who are expert in neurology, expert in psychology, expert in psychiatry, expert in brain sciences, or expert in quantum physics, form a team. And then maybe you develop a far better model, and alhamdulillah, we are ever willing. But this is a whole process of intellectual development for the ummah, because we must master psychology, and we must be able to face the psychology of secular materialism and bring a better model for ourselves. Most important is you're going to protect and develop the ummah, but also for humanity, because all of us are lost. So if we can bring a better model, where then we can promote it to our non-Muslim brothers and sisters, and they can see that our model is a spiritual based, psycho-spiritual, balanced, holistic model, they can adopt it. Even though they may not use the name Islamic psychology, they can call it psycho-spiritual psychology, whatever psychology that they want. They can use input from all the traditional of the past, whether it is Buddhist tradition, Hindu tradition, Native American tradition, Aboriginal tradition, whatever tradition that they can use. But as long as they journey towards the same goal, then we, as Muslims, because we have the most perfect model and system, can then influence them and bring them closer and closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then along the journey, inshallah, many of them will then realize the glory of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, acknowledging Allah. May not become Muslims, but in their heart they know there is only one God, there is Tawheed, and they are actually Ahlul Fitrah. They are already very close to Islam, they are already very close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And when Allah opened the door, inshallah, they would become wonderful Muslimin and Muslimat who can carry this banner, this truth, alright, knowing that we are the steward on this earth, we are the Khalifa, the vicegerent of God on this earth, always striving to make ourselves good, helping others to be good, and making the world good for all the creatures on this earth, inshallah.